Good evening. Things are beginning to return to normal tonight about 7 hours after a storage tank ruptured at the Allied Chemical Corporation plant in Baton Rouge and began spewing deadly chlorine liquid which turned into gas and drifted across the river. Authorities evacuated an area on the west side of the river north of Port Allen. The old bridge was closed and authorities were directing traffic on the new bridge. Only residents of Port Allen were allowed to get off of the new bridge heading north on LA 1. Here police are directing traffic on the new bridge. Also closed were Route 190 leading up to the old bridge and Route 415 north of Route 76.
The chlorine gas tank containing about 100 tons of chlorine ruptured at about 3:15 this afternoon. The yellow-green vapor carried by the east winds across the Mississippi forced the evacuation of thousands of persons in the way. In severe doses, the gas kills. Even limited exposure causes respiratory irritation and skin burns. The gas can be detected in the air in proportions as little as 5 chlorine parts per million parts oxygen. The cloud is now estimated to be 42 miles long. Almost immediately after the explosion, state police set up roadblocks and cut off traffic on the old Mississippi River Bridge. All traffic was rerouted to the new bridge via the Interstate 110. Some children were still on school buses and had to be taken without parental consent away from the stricken area. In the confusion of the evacuation, many families were separated.
We live about a mile from the bridge. When it first came up, you know, I smelled it and everything. I got kind of worried. I was scared for my child on the bus, and I started trying to find her. We left. We went to the Holiday Inn West, I think it was. And
are you feeling any ill effects?
No, I'm just worried.
When the alarm was sounded this afternoon, one of the most sought-after items became the gas mask. State police, civil defense, and local officials began a massive order of the mask. By about 5:30, most of the orders were filled. Traffic wasn't the only thing stopped by police. River traffic came to a halt immediately. During the evacuation, some people just didn't get the word.
So I woke up and I kind of heard something on the news, and I heard those sirens, and it just didn't dawn on me anything was going on really too much. And then I wanted to get something to eat, so I called the restaurant in here, and I couldn't get anybody to answer the phone. So I said, well, I'll go put my clothes on and go see what's happening. So I walked all the way around the motel, and there was nobody here.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Well, Jim, now we know the situation has, of course, been alleviated. Things are getting back to normal.
However, transportation is still difficult on the west side of the river at this hour. According to state police, the following roads and bridges are closed. All roads north of Port Allen in West Baton Rouge Parish are still closed. Westbound traffic should take Louisiana Highway 413 from Irwinville to Louisiana 76, then to Louisiana 415 to the interstate. Here we see a map of the suggested route if you're north of the interstate and want to get into Baton Rouge if you're on the west side. U.S. Highway 190 from Irwinville to Baton Rouge remains closed, and the old Mississippi River Bridge is still closed.